Alright, this is a video on how to do a subwoofer install in a 2017 Toyota Corolla while keeping the factory head unit. Anybody that owns a Toyota Corolla knows that the factory head unit pretty much runs everything. It's got your backup camera, it controls a whole lot more than that, all your illumination, all that kind of good stuff. So what I did to keep all that, and I'm running a single voice coil 10-inch kicker comp C sub. I've got a little Pioneer, it's like a 150 watt amp. This was made for my girlfriend, so she didn't want crazy bass. But basically what I did is I used a kicker RCA converter, and most people, they tap into the 6x9s at the top. Well, you can take the shelf off for your 6x9s over here, but in order to do that, there's a lot of points that you need to disconnect in order to take it off. You gotta work around the seat belt. So I wasn't having much luck. I didn't really want to take everything apart, so I ended up taking this part, and there's a loom of wires that's in here. In that loom of wires is where the 6x9 wires run, and it's like an olive green and a black wire that run side by side, and there's two of them obviously because you're two 6x9s. So just tap into there with your RCAs, the black being the negative and the green being the positive, and you'll get your signal. I ran a bass knob in here, so I ran it up through here with the RCAs, ran it up through here, and here's the bass knob. Now for the remote wire, it's actually underneath here is a fuse panel, and in that fuse panel on the very, I believe it's the last one on the bottom to the right, I forgot the number, but it's for the cigarette outlet. So once your cigarette outlet, just get something like a little thing that has, you know, one of your plug-ins that has a light indicator to make sure that it's working. But basically run your remote wire from your amp, run it under there, wrap it around the fuse, and put it up into the fuse panel, and it will turn on your amp. And as long as you have power into your cigarette lighter and you never lose power there, you'll always have amp turn on with the remote key. So that's how I did it. Super simple. All you need is an RCA converter, your obvious sub and amp, and then if you want a bass knob, get a bass knob. So that's how I did it. I will admit, with this, because it's such a thinner type metal, it does rattle, so you'll need to sound dampen a lot of it. And because I have it kind of in the left panel right here, it's definitely left bass heavy, but that could also be the sub, because the sub doesn't have a tremendous amount of power to it, but it's enough to get a little extra bump. So that's how I did it in order to use it with the factory head unit.